I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want us to always be, to always be.
From the first time I set my eyes on you, I didn't know from the start. I didn't know how you turned my life around, or how in love I'd be with who you are.
Well, welcome to JTOL TV Talk, where I am your host, Sonia Green. You know, this is my favorite week, and I got the wrong names up there. Wow, I got the wrong people up here. That's all right. We can, I just hit the first one, so it's my fault, but we're here. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching JTOL TV Talk. Again, where I am your host, Sonia Green. I'm so excited y'all, you listen. I'm so excited. I'm getting excited. Let me stop twisting my words up. You all know why I'm excited, because I love Power Couple Week. This is the week where we talk to people who are married, young, old, white, black, fat, skinny, short, tall, and we talk about marriage, and we talk about different things that goes on in marriages. You know, we all have this idea of how marriage is supposed to be, but let's really get to the nitty gritty, the nuts and the bolts of what marriage really is like. We know that there's no Prince Charming at days. We know that there's no Cinderella or Cinderfella at certain days. So I really wanted to just bring this week on to really support marriage, because I think marriage is honorable. Besides, a man does not have favor until he finds someone that looks like us, right? Female. So his blessings aren't coming to him until he gets us, right? So anyway, I just this is the Power Couple Week 2023. And my first guest, which I'm so excited to bring on, I know I'm trying to get my kitchen right. Y'all see I got this filter on here. My first guest is Walter and Jessica. We call her Jess Karam. I always say your name, Karam. I said it right the first time, right?
Kareem.
Lord Jesus. Okay, Kareem. I work with this guy every day, but I always just call him Walt. So So welcome. I'm so excited to have you on. First of all, I just want to thank you for accepting my invitation to be a power couple, to be one of the power couples for 2023. And I'm very selective about who, I'm just going to be frank, how God tells me who to pick. He doesn't want everybody on here at particular times of the year. So I thank you that 2023, he selected you to be part of this wonderful collective that God has built in bringing us together. So this year's Power Couple theme is Love Got Us Through It. And I was just thinking about it, because we had COVID, we had so many things. We really, I can just say, we truly have seen God turn the world upside down, literally, right? And so I wanted to just hear about, you know, as I was sitting there, I was like, Lord, what we going to call it? Well, it ain't what I'm going to call it, what you want it to be called, right? And he said, love got us through it. So I'm really excited about this. So I want to say welcome, Walter and Jess, and thank you for being here. So just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So, Sonia, first off, thank you so much for having us on. This is our first time actually doing something like this, but we're very excited. I'm geeked, as you can tell. You know, I'm nothing but smiles. And I just wanted to point out one thing. I put the power in power couple, you know. Yeah, she found that funny. I thought it was, funny and true. But anyway, thank you again for having us on here. We're definitely blessed. Thank God, for all of us here. And it's a blessing to work with you, Sonia. And And of course, I work in the IT department over there, in PEO GCS, and my wife works for a tech company, and she's full time HR not manager, just HR something, and and yeah, I'll let her talk a little bit too. Tell us about you.
Yeah, just about us. We've been married for almost 3 years this year. We got married in the midst of the pandemic, September 2020, and we have almost 15-month-old son. So that's just a little bit about us.
And expecting one more.
my other soon to be niece or nephew.
Yep.
So I just wanted to say, Jess, you kind of hit on some of my questions, but I'm going to ask them anyway. So you did say you guys have been married for 3 years. I remember when you all were supposed to get married and COVID hit and you couldn't get married. So kind of tell us a little bit what happened during that time.
So when you said the topic, love got us through it. I couldn't think of a more perfect example than actually when we were supposed to get married originally. So for those that know our story, our original date that we were supposed to get married was March 29, 2020. And of course, what was it? March, I think 13th. Yeah, March 13th, the world shut down. And so from March 13th all the way up until the day that we actually ended up getting married in just the church, which was September 27th, definitely love got us through it. We definitely had some trials, tribulations, and it was a tough time. I got a condo living all by myself. All the expenses, finances, everything were on me. Plus, my family's finances at the time were still on me. So it was very difficult. Not being able to actually get married just 2 weeks before the world, shut down was especially difficult because, I love my wife. I wanted to start sharing my life with her as soon as possible. So that was definitely a testament of faith. It was definitely a testament of our love. And it was absolutely, God's graces and our foundation of faith through God that kept us together. And we managed to get through it. And, thank God, knock on wood, here we are, almost 3 years later and 3 years to forever.
Yeah.
All right now. All right. Yeah, I remember because I was like, you getting married? And I wasn't invited.
9 times.
Yeah, 9 times.
9 times. I don't know where my hands are. 9 times we had to reschedule. So we got married in the church and then had our party way later because everything was still shut down.
Yes, so. I remember all of that. I talked about him for months. Don't worry, I gave it to him. He caught the blues at work with me. So let's just kind of build this thing up. How did you guys meet?
She added me on Instagram.
No. So we were both volunteering at a nonprofit church, and the event, we were volunteering for a nonprofit at one of our churches, and the event was outside. And I think it was kind of poor planning because there was no restrooms outside. So everybody who needed to go to the restroom had to come to me because I was the only one that had the key to get into the church. So Walter had to come to me when he had to go to the restroom. So we kind of met walking to the church. I let him in and then we walked back together. And then
can you imagine? Hey, I need to pee.
And he kept trying to take the key or the code from me, and I wouldn't let because that was my responsibility. I didn't know him. I didn't want to give him the key. And then after that, we were all cleaning up and stuff. He kept trying to pick up the chairs and tables. I was the only girl helping, and I kind of got frustrated because I said I could do it myself.
They called her Muscles. With Sonia, if you know me, I'm used to everybody calling me what? Big Hulk. Or Big Walt, I'm sorry, or Hulk. Okay, you even call me Hulk at work. So of course I see this scrawny little girl, trying to pick up chairs and tables and whatnot. I'm like, here, let me help you out. You know what I mean? Look, I got muscle. I don't know what's up with this camera, but you see, I got muscle, so let me help. And she was fed up. She actually got annoyed from me at one point. She's like, listen, I don't need your help. I can pick this stuff up myself. And I'm like, okay, Muscles. All right, you know what? I'll give you that nickname, Muscles. That's fine.
And then after that, I guess the rest is history. We just kind of kicked it off.
After that, that's when she added me on Instagram. Okay, and then
I added everyone just to be clear.
She added me on Instagram, on social media.
Everyone.
She can say everybody. She added me. Okay, And of course, I was like, oh, she added me, so I started liking some pictures.
Every single picture, like stalker mode.
All pictures,
stalker mode.
And then I commented on one of them. Sonia, she looked so fine in this one picture. I mean, she looked fine in all pictures, but there was that one picture that really caught my attention, and I made a comment and whatever. At the time we had a mutual friend, and she started noticing that I was liking and commenting on everything. She shot me a text message. She's like, hey. I see that you're showing love, to my girl here, like you want to talk to her or whatever, And I was like, yeah, why not? Hook it up. Give me her number, And of course she didn't give me her number. I had to actually go grab it from a group chat, and I was like, fine, I'll make the first move. So of course, my first text message to her was, what's up, muscles? Because again, that was my title, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And from there, we hit it off. So
that is so funny. Wow. Usually just we don't pay them any attention, do we? We be like, get on about your business. I'm trying to take care of this. All right. That is so funny. And that sounds so much like Walt too. It's the same thing. So we get the same thing at work, except we don't get the marriage and all the other stuff. So, so let me ask you something. So you guys been married for 3 years. So you really you're like honeymoon stage, newbies, in a sense compared to a lot of couples. So what was your idea of marriage? What was it? What was your idea of marriage? And then have you guys been married? Is this something kind of fulfills it, or is it what you think what your idea was? Is your marriage that type of marriage?
I would say, yeah. I think my idea of marriage was just to always spend my life with my best friend and build a comfortable and happy life, especially a healthy relationship that our kids can lean on. And when parents love each other wholeheartedly, it shows to their kids, and their kids knows that they're loved. So that's the most important thing to me. And I would say, yeah, we love each other a lot, even though we pick on each other a lot. And I am stronger than him. We love each other a lot.
So yeah, I mean, she can think, oh, I have to make her think that she's stronger than me. Of course, I'm the man of the relationship, But yeah, no, it's pretty much in a nutshell. We spent a lot of time together before we were married. Of course, I spent a lot of time at her parents' house, and because I had to make sure, and of course she had to make sure that we really wanted to spend, the rest of our lives with each other. So, we of course. We're very traditional. We're very traditional Christian people. So if anybody doesn't know, we're Catholic Chaldean. So Chaldean, I can't be with her alone until we're married. That was like that basically all the way up until we got married. With the exception of going on dates, of course. But and even then, some of those had to be supervised. You can only imagine how I felt most of the time. Here I am, 25, 26, 27-year-old man having to be supervised, by a brother or a relative. But anyway, nonetheless, she was worth it. She was well worth it. So, of course, again, that's the reason why I spent a lot of time at her parents' house, or she'd be at my parents' house. And, we'd do activities together, play games, watch movies and whatnot.
A lot of card games.
Lots of card games, rummy, and she always sucked at it. But, I let her a lot of it. Actually, 99% of the time, I had to let her win. I'd give her my hand because she just wasn't that great at the game. But nonetheless, we spent a lot of time with each other.
And
so
we would work out a lot.
We would work out together a lot. We'd go to church together a lot. We'd go to adoration, and pray together. A couple that prays together stays together, right? And I just knew. Actually, from our very first date, I even told our mutual friend that I'm like, hey, I'm going to marry this girl, and here we are. So
wow. That's very interesting. We still need to keep that practice. Men should not be alone with women. Baby, I'm just saying. I don't think that's a bad idea. Wow, my camera just got blurry. So because we see that a lot. I remember watching The Godfather, which is one of my favorite movies. In the first one where Michael Corleone went over to Italy, and he married his first wife, but he could not go anywhere along with her. He had like 10 aunties behind him.
Yep.
So.
We actually met at that event we met, and it was playing My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh,
It was
wow.
so fitting.
Very,
wow.
very fitting. Yeah. And I remember the first time I dropped her off at her house. Her mom was outside. Her dad was
My
outside.
brothers.
All three of her brothers were outside. And
That's
and I
just
was
how
like,
it is. It
I
was
was like,
fun.
wow. I
It was
wasn't sure
fun.
they were trying to intimidate me. I got out of the car. I had to make sure who they knew they were, they're messing with.
He was so nervous.
I was.
Oh
I
my
was.
God. You mean the Hulk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just fun to think back at those times.
It was. Yeah.
So listen, we're going to take a commercial break. Listen, we'll be right back after this few seconds of a commercial break. This is JTOL TV Talk, where I am your host, Sonia Green, with my special guests, Walter and Jess Kareem of their first power couple of 2023. And I'm so excited to have them here. Listen, please share. It's some great, even they've been married for 3 years, but they're giving some lot of meat, y'all. So come on and rock with us on here. We'll be right back.
I want to say this to you all, being prophetic apostolic people. You are vital. The gifts that you have in your life are actually tools and weapons that God has sharpened in you to bring freedom and deliverance. Apostle Ivory Hopkins, the general of deliverance, saying, "Get her done, soldiers. And always remember, God, He is watching."
Hey, what's up? I'm Coach E, the owner of Fit Habit Fitness and Supplements. Most of our clients come to us because they don't have time to get to the gym. They hate sharing equipment at the gym. They need more accountability. They need someone to prepare a meal plan and monitor their daily food intake. They hate doing cardio all day. They hate drinking shakes all day, and they want real food. They need to lose more than 50 pounds, have small children at home. They want not just a six-pack, but they want their life back. They want to build confidence, look great, but also feel great. They want to lose the weight and keep it off as a lifestyle change. Get off the high blood pressure medication. The list goes on. Our online training is a new and exciting way for me to offer cost-effective fitness and nutrition, life-changing transformation coaching for the entrepreneur who works from home, who needs an effective program without the limitations and expenses of the gym. Our coaching program can be utilized by anyone, anywhere, offering convenience, responsiveness, flexibility, and accountability. Best of all, I can empower my clients with more accountability and support than I ever could in person. So I want to talk to you today. Let's schedule a free consultation and goal assessment so I can see if you will be a great fit for our fitness and nutrition coaching program. Click the link below to get started today. Let's get fit. Peace.
Measy on the chain.
Savage,
Sports.
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 savage.
Sports.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, we are glad to be here. Again, this is Power Couple Week 2023, kicking it off with Walter and Jess, and I'm really excited to have them on today. I'm sorry, I just played commercials. Give us a time to break and you know, y'all get y'all answers together.
No worries.
Listen, if you all don't mind, please share, like, follow us on JTOL Productions. We have a lot of great stuff coming up. As you just shown, I just showed you one of our shows that we are working on. called Savage Sports, and we're working on to bring that to you live with our host Rodney Savage. We got a lot of good stuff that's coming out here. So hey, so welcome back, guys. So listen, let's get into the nitty gritty of some things. I wanted to ask you, how do you? So you guys only been married 3 years, so I know it's kind of walk got a big head, and he's kind of hard. Sometimes he can be very stubborn and hold his foot in the ground. I know me and him had these conversations at work, and but he listens. That's the thing, he listens. So how do you guys handle tough times when you don't agree? What do you do? What can you say? A lot of people, certain people may handle it a different way, but how do you handle it?
Happy wife, happy life.
So she's always right?
109% of the time.
No, not always. He's just joking. Usually we talk about everything like thoroughly. Sometimes we kind of put a pin in it, I feel like, and then we kind of revisit it maybe a day or two later so that both of us can have like a time to think about it separately and then come back and regroup about our thoughts. But just basically talking about everything, sharing our feelings. Like, we don't hide anything from each other. I mean, I tell Walter every single second of my day. He does the same sometimes. So, I mean, yeah, just constant communication all day, every day.
Communication is definitely key. Yeah, we talk about everything. We're not afraid to hold anything back, whatever it may be. It could be as simple as, oh, hey, I got a request on Facebook from this person, like, do you know this person, and whatever, and whatever it may be, communication is key between both of us, and we know that. Could be, I have a very annoying brother-in-law sometimes, and I have to communicate with her, and on certain things, and whatever it may be, family, whatever, just open communication. That's key.
Yeah, he's obsessed with my brother. He's just looking at him right now.
Your brother said, "Hey, bro."
Oh, he's saying hello. I got to pick on him. He knows I love him. I got to pick on him, though.
Well, I know, Walt. Even though you're the hawk, you're the loving hawk of the hawk culture. But that's so good. So I like what you said. You said it may not be presented in the right way. So you step back to just reevaluate and just make sure that you're hearing it properly and disseminating it properly, and then have a quick response. And then by the time you come back, both of you all have level thinking, level heads. And even if you still disagree, at least you took the time to say, okay, I disagree, or I agree, but here we come to a happy medium. I love that and I love what you both said, that Walt said, you have to be able to communicate. And I think a lot of times in marriages that fall apart there is no communication from both parties. Maybe one party is communicating and the other isn't. I know for women, we always communicating, we always letting you know exactly where we are, how we feel, and what we think about it.
Sorry, Sonia, I don't mean to cut you. There's one more point that I want to make to that. Okay. So women in general, they tend to over communicate. And as a man, I will tell you this, sometimes it can get a little frustrating, annoying, but the one thing that I do want to reiterate, though, it's okay to over communicate, because it's just okay. It's better to over communicate than not communicate. And I know sometimes, I probably a little bit, mean sometimes when she does over communicate, but at the end of the day, as a man, I can tell you it's actually exactly what I want, because we just keep that constant communication. Even though my communication sometimes is less than hers, that's okay. Us men, we're a little bit different, but women, it's okay if you over communicate to your man. It's definitely appreciated more than anybody would like to admit.
And this is why I know when the Father put Adam, male and female, to sleep, because the male part didn't want to talk to the women he was talking to. I just want to throw that in there. Y'all don't like to talk.
It's you should see our text messages. I feel bad. It'll be paragraphs from her, and then small little responses from me, but it's okay. I'm still looking for it. And if there's a day that she doesn't over communicate, I question her. I'm like, oh, hey, is she okay? Hey, is your day okay? But it's definitely okay to do that.
I love it. I love it. So that's good advice. So how do you? So I know we kind of touched on it again, but how do you handle disappointment? You know, Walt, what? How do you handle it when Jess is disappointed? What do you do special for? And just the same thing when Walt's disappointed. How do you? What do you do for him to just change that mood or change, bring him out of that? You know, it's okay, baby. Sonia is better a worker than you. She should deserve more kudos. How do you? What do you do?
So I mean, in my particular case, whenever I feel that she's disappointed, I do everything I can to just sit there and listen. Of course, I make sure that she knows that she can talk to me about anything. Even if I have to shake it out of her, like, hey, what's wrong with you? Talk to me, just talk to me, and of course, I'll do extra little things. I mean, I'll cook for her, clean for her, do certain things, and just try to be extra for her. I won't go to the gym one day just to be next to her, give her a little kiss here and there, watch some TV with her, just take care of her as much as I can, until I know that she's comfortable. And then finally, when she has talked to me about whatever it is, I'll go ahead and try to see if I can find a solution with whatever it may be. You know what I mean? It could be, with whatever could be bothering her. I'll just do my best to make sure that she knows that, I'm there for her. And if it's something that I can take care of, you best believe I will definitely take care of it for her. You know what I mean? So that's me.
Yeah, and same here. I think just again keeping that communication open and spending a lot of time with each other. A lot of times we just, like, if we're both kind of down or one of us is down, we're like, hey, let's just hang out tonight. Let's just get out the popcorn, the ice cream, the candy, just watch a TV show, watch a movie. And sometimes that just kind of helps us regroup and just spending that quality time together, because we're just so busy throughout the day. It's easy to forget to actually sit down and spend quality time.
She's the reason why I gained 30 pounds. Sonia, you still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just talking. I said she did carry your child. I think it's only fair. That's good. I like what you said. You encourage yourselves, and sometimes that's all you need. That's how love gets us through it, right? Just having that special person that will always have your back there, and just saying, hey, I know they gave Sonia all the awards, Walter, but you just as good as Sonia. Don't feel bad. I understand that. Listen, so this is great. This is great. I'm really having a great time with this. And so I just let me ask you something. What's the you know what? Let me see my time. Let me take another station break before I come back with you with these next set of questions. I'm really excited about these, so I really want to ask you about them. And so you guys go by. I'm gonna put you down in the green room. Hey, we'll be right back after this station break.
I say this to any marriage that's in a bad place, or
Yes,
couples
sir.
who are considering getting married, but y'all are in a bad place. It was a wisdom key that has helped me in Evelyn. Nothing is ever solved constantly going back to the past. If you want to bring a healing to your marriage, you're going to have to own your past. Call it what it is. I did it. I done it. I confess it. And then let each other agree to build a new beginning. Something in this society is happening right now wherein it's a craziness that people's past sins, failures, weaknesses, even ignorance can't change. Well, I believe in 2 Corinthians 5:17 that if any man or woman be in Christ, they can become new creatures. Old things can pass away, and all things can become new.
Hello, my name is Diane Kelly. I'm the founder and director of Fellowship Tutoring Services. We offer tutoring services for medical assistant. Here is what we do.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. We are FTS certified.
Welcome back to JTOL TV Talk, where I am your host, Sonia Green, and we are in our first night of Power Couples 2023. And I'm excited to have my guests, Walter and Jess. I'm going to bring them up to the stage. They've been back there grubbing on my food in the green room. And so I just like to welcome them again. I'm so excited to have them on here. Not only how I met Walter is through work, but we have a great relationship. I really love this brother and his family. Yeah, they have my little nephew Luca, who I haven't met yet. I'm still waiting to be invited over to dinner, but that's another time, another subject.
You're welcome anytime.
And she's pregnant again, and I congratulate you all on that. I did my tour duty, and I'm not trying to do it again. So congratulations, and excited for them, and I bless them in their endeavor of being a family and making you say great footsteps and being a great power couple. So this is a thing I wanted to say. What was the worst thing that you found about marriage? You know, what was the thing you was like, man, I didn't think this was ever like this. And then what was the best thing about being married? What's the worst thing you can say about it and the best thing you can say about it? Look at you, Walt. I know you got something to say. Look at you cheesing.
So the worst thing about it, I have to say, is time, because I like doing certain things, you know, that it would have been much easier for me to do on my own. Like, for instance, I like to go up north frequently. I'm a hunter, you know, so I like to go hunting. I like to go for a week, 2 weeks at a time, okay, or you know, all the time. I also very much enjoy my Second Amendment. You know, I have a few guns and I like to go shooting, you know, and I can't go as often because I'm a little stuck. She doesn't like a lot of things that I like, you know, but it's okay. Time management for me is one thing.
And the best.
My brother-in-law is.
She said, and the best. She said.
Oh, I mean the best. I mean, look at her. Look how cute she is. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding that she's cute. She's definitely cute. But I mean, no, I wouldn't trade any of that though. You know, for being married. So I'd rather be married, of course, than you know, if I had to choose between that and everything else that I just listed. Of course, I would choose her because she's the best thing about me. She's my heart and soul is what I call her, you know, and without her, I am nothing. You know, I can't imagine my life without her. It's hard. But I can definitely imagine my life without hunting and shooting. Very hard, you know, but of course, no, she completes me. So, you know, my life is nothing without her. Every moment that I breathe, you know, she's on my mind. My son's on my mind. So, you know, I couldn't imagine it otherwise.
Yeah, kind of just echoing what Walter says. I don't really care about hunting and shooting, but I guess it's just like finding time for yourself. You know, it's good to take care of yourself, do the things that you enjoy so that you can come back whole. The best part is just being with your person all the time, spending the rest of your life with them.
Okay, go ahead. That's quick and sweet and short. All right. Yeah, well, we don't like when you go up north or wherever you go. No, we don't like that. Not at all. I don't like
killing Bambi's mom.
Killing Bambi's mama.
And daddy.
And daddy. Making them orphans. So this is what I love, because the Bible says what God has brought together, let no man pull asunder. He said, let the two become one. So you know what I found, that it's, it's how difficult it is, because you have two different families, right? Two different ways of seeing things. How hard was it for you to become one? And what I mean is, just like I said, like your family may like blue, Walt, and just your family may like red, and you're partial to red and Walter's partial to blue. So how do you make that become one, in a sense, as far as marriage?
I think, I think the most important thing is just communicating with each other, being open and loving to each other and to each other's families, understanding that there's differences, but at the end of the day, like, if Walter has an issue, if I have an issue, we always communicate with each other, because at the end of the day, we're married to each other, not to each other's families. Like,
Yep.
that's basically it in a nutshell, I feel like.
Yeah, and to add to that, Sonia, we both made it very clear from the get-go that it doesn't matter. I love my family and I respect my family. Of course, she loves her family. She respects her family. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter what anybody else wanted. It would matter what we wanted. So there were times, even leading up to our marriage, my family didn't want certain things. Her family wanted certain things. But of course, we take opinions, to conclusion. However, the conclusion itself, it wasn't based on what anybody else wanted for us. It was based off of what we wanted for ourselves. We didn't let anybody else's opinions, decisions, anybody else's anything, kind of influence what we wanted together. Because at the end of the day, we knew that we were going to be married, our doors shut, between our families, not nobody else's. That's saying, of course, with all due respect to both sides, but we kept that communication open, for both of us, and we made decisions based off of what we both felt were right, and what we wanted, not anybody else's. And that made it easier, because we both agreed to do just that. It made things a lot easier, because we didn't listen to mom and dad and sisters or brothers. We did what we wanted.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're building your family. Like, we chose to get married, and it's our like, obviously it was our choice to get married. Sorry, I don't know, I'm fumbling on my words, but we're building the family that we chose and setting healthy boundaries. And again, just loving each other and having a healthy environment for our kids. That's the most important thing to me and to us.
Jess, I'm man. I knew I liked you, but I really like you more, because Walter gives you the opportunity to hang out with us. So I'm glad I got you talking more. And I really like you. I see why you gave him some juice. Let him know I ain't the one. Don't come for me. Don't come for me, Walter.
It's actually my line. I always tell him, not the one. Don't mess with me.
Hey, you know what I do? I tell her I'm the one that's gonna mess with you.
He be doing this. This is what he do to me at work all the time. He show me his muscles, and so. But I really appreciate Walter. So here's another question. Matter of fact, you prompt something in what you were saying. So what traditions have you guys? I know our families have our own traditions. Like we have Thanksgiving at 6:00. Walt may have it at 4. So what traditions have you established for your family?
Can I answer this one? Yeah. Since we were engaged, it's like just fun stuff. So since we were engaged, we would wear matching Christmas pajamas, and we still do that with our son now. Recently, for the last Christmas, we got our son 25 books. So every day we opened a book together leading up to Christmas, and we would read it to him. He's obsessed with books. I don't know, just like fun things. Every year we go to Bronner's, we get a Christmas ornament, and we get a book for our son. And our tree is now filled with like personalized ornaments that we've collected throughout the years. What else do we do? I think that's all I can think of. Oh, like also like silly things every day. Like we like to eat late sometimes, or we're both in a mood, or watch a movie, or Walter gets me chocolate. So
that is so sweet. I like that. Walked in town, because I went up to Bonner's. Man, you can get lost in that store. I mean, it's Christmas every day up there. I love it. So yeah, that's awesome. So here's the next question. This is what I'm going to do. We're on our last question, and what I'm going to do, we're going to take another station break. Give y'all some time to think about who's in there with you, Walt, because you keep looking. That's the brother.
My annoing A double hockey sticks brother.
That's who he is.
Yes.
Bro, you got because he
Love
keep
him all.
looking. What is he, the cameraman?
No, he's not the cameraman. He's,
Is that your baby brother?
no, it's just
It
just
is kind
his
of
older
like
brother.
his baby brother. He's older than.
I know. Is that the one you showed me?
Yeah,
I think that's the one you showed me.
Yeah, the one that looked like Santa Claus. Yeah.
No, that's not him then. So listen, we'll be right back. A couple of minutes and a minute or two, and then we're gonna jump on this last question, and then we're gonna wrap up the show. All right?
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Are you ready? You know what I mean. Good collard green. We stay on the scene. Good collard green. You know what I mean. Good collard green. We stay on the scene. Good collard green.
Now, class, Mr. Tiger will show us how Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes cereal starts out.
Just a flake field?
It's a cornfield. Kellogg's toast corn into golden flakes and adds a secret frosting. Helps keep them extra crunchy and delicious. It's part of your good breakfast and tastes.
I know, great! Sit down to breakfast with Tony, and you'll discover why it's great.
Mr. Tiger, you're wonderful.
Oh, shucks.
I've never been on a blind date before. I'm just a little nervous. He is so poetic, so fine, and he is such a gentleman.
The homie is lying to you. You need to get out of there right now.
Thank you again for watching JTOL TV Talk, where I am your host, Sonia Green, and also known as Hot Sauce. And welcome to Power Couple Week 2023 with my first guest, my special guest, Walter and Jessica Kareem. I probably said it messed up again, Lord Jesus. But anyway, bringing them up to the stage, and just want to thank them for coming on. They've been honest. They've been truthful. I love it. And look at you scrubbing. Now, what you grubbing on?
A little bit of ice cream. It was the baby turkey.
Yeah, we just shared an ice cream sandwich.
I listen, Jess. This is kind of off topic. It ain't gonna when I do the reruns. I went to Sam's Club. They got these Oreo ice cream bars. You tried them?
I haven't tried them, no. But Walter has more cravings than me, so he brings all the junk home and then he eats it and then he feeds it to me.
When she's pregnant, I get the cravings. I get the cravings.
Listen, Walt, go to Sam's and get those Oreo things, man. Listen, they're so addictive and it's so good. They're ice cream bars, it's good. It's just
well, you know I will.
Man, I probably done ate them up by myself. It's 15. I don't lost all this weight, but I'm gaining it back. Nah. But anyway, let's get back on topic. So, hey, guys, I want to thank you again, and I appreciate you both for coming on and taking this time out of your busy schedule. I know, Walt, you work, Jess, you walk, and y'all got Luca, which I'm surprised is so quiet. And he's not, we don't hear him in the background. But anyway, this is the last question I would like to ask you. What advice would you give people who are married? Let's say if they're going through some things, what's one of the greatest advice that you have learned from being married that you would have give to other people?
from my perspective, when you love with all your heart and love strong. Um, and most importantly, love through Christ, love through God, because that foundation, even when you veer away from, if you, whatever temptations you may have, or whatever it may be, whatever anger you might have, when you veer away from God, you'll say and do things, that you don't want to. And when you humble yourself, and keep God as your foundation in your relationship, you'll be able to love strong, and you'll be able to love with your heart. And for me, that's what always gets me. Whenever I'm feeling down, or whenever I feel distant or anything of that nature, I just take a step back, thank God, say a prayer, and just love strong.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to keep it simple, just always remember your vows. Why did you get married to begin with? And then just pray for your spouse. Nobody's going to pray and love them as much as you do. And I feel like that's one of your responsibilities as a husband and wife, to pray for your spouse. It's very serious spiritual welfare out there, and your spouse needs you. You are one.
Yep. And then the other thing I'd like to add to that, love language. Love language is huge in a relationship. There's I don't know, I think 5 love languages. I can't remember.
I think there's 4.
4 or something, and
it's 5.
It is 5. Okay.
I got the book.
So just make sure your spouse and like it's reciprocated. You guys know each other's love languages, whether it may be acts of service, or physical touch, or just listening, whatever it might be. Just know your spouse's acts of or love language, and you guys will be okay. You guys will be good.
Awesome. I really appreciate you both coming on so much. You've answered every question. You checked every box. Look like you're a happy couple. In 10 years, I'm going to come back and say, yo, you're going to have different answers.
You might.
We might, yeah. And you'll still be together, happy and still laughing. Just learned a lot about the two becoming one, right? So I thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate the time that you have taken out of your busy schedule to spend this time with my guest and the JTOL Peoples production. Did you see what was I going to say? Some of those commercials I put up. Did you see that Tony Tiger one? Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting that one. I'm getting that.
No, it's great. Everything looks great. Thank you again for having us. We honestly had a blast.
I'm so excited to have y'all on here. I really appreciate y'all sharing your hearts, sharing your wisdom, and as they call pearls of wisdom to couples who might be going through, or just young. You guys are young. Y'all still green behind the ears in marriage. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of people who just getting married and want to walk out. And guess what? Love got them through it. Love will keep you together. Well, Tony and Captain and Tennille, I think they said, love will keep us together.
Yeah.
Think of me, baby, whenever. I forgot the words. That's all I can remember. That's all I can remember. We used to play that song in band. That's like I might remember. It's a good band song. So anyway. So God bless you all. Take care. I'm going to put you in the green room. I'll be right back. Don't leave out of there and walk. Don't eat up all of my food. I'll be right back. Hey, guys. Thank y'all for watching JTOL TV Talk, where I am your host, Sonia Green. Listen, I put up the wrong date. I put up the wrong names. So today should be actually Walter and Jess. Tomorrow will be Donald and Kelly. So, but that's all right. It's still all good in the neighborhood. So God bless you. You all, excuse me, have a wonderful day. Listen, come through here tomorrow and let's see what love got Donald and Kelly through. All right. Peace.